I probably need to buy this flight. Okay, I don't think there's any reason to delay on this flight. Yeah, if I delay on this flight, I'm just gonna fuck myself up. Yes, that looks good. Excellent. Yes. Amazing. I've done it. I've done it perfectly. All right, I'm very sorry. I'm gonna hit you with a random card. Oh wait, no, you can't even see. Okay, we're on the right screen. Random card for neuron activation while I am booking a plane ticket real quick. And then today we have to open today's stream with a custom card from Alec Man because he redeemed one yesterday and then I forgot to review it yesterday. So I am going to honor that. And then we have 4 people to roast today. And we will see if we can get it done a little bit faster than 1 hour per deck. All right, that's fine. We'll use my Maultown email. Yeah. Use caution when packing, whatever. Accept restrictions, yeah, whatever. Thick as. Okay. Hello, everybody. So we cancel Switch now? No. Are you talking about the mild demonetization? That is on the VOD channel. That's why I said slightly. I put slightly in the message for a reason. It's not Twitch. It's not Twitch. Twitch is not they. Twitch is not they. Hello, Seedmater. Welcome to the stream. Man, I like the cold, but my hands have been exploding the past 2 winters at the slightest touch of cold air. Getting tired of tanning leather on the back of my hands. That's crazy. You moisturizing? That's crazy. No, Gravity, I did not get... I put slightly for a reason. All right, hold on. Let me finish booking this flight. And then we will spend 10 minutes talking about the extremely mild demonetization ray I was hit with. It is not a big deal. I am going to be okay. It is just me complaining about YouTube paying me slightly less. Okay, gonna do PayPal because we can use the business PayPal and then that keeps tracking good for the IRS. Little Mix Doom, thank you for the 11 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. I have reached the level of tired that has me feeling like my soul is barely clinging to my body. Deep breaths, you got this. You will find a bed soon. Mauled, can you confirm the more you win Commander, the taller you get? Not only can I confirm that, I can finally come clean. That's why I'm balding. Every game of Commander I win, I get a little bit taller, same amount of hair. Makes it look like the hairline's going back. In fact, it's just me crushing Nerd Girl and Veggie at all the decked out recordings. Hello, Nerd Girl, how you doing? Dark, thank you for the 18 months of tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. I love a good sunk cost fallacy. We are not coping. We are not coping. I am a reasonable man. I am a reasonable man. Okay, let me make sure I have the right PayPal logged in. Hold on. Hold on, let me just link. Nope, that's not an email. Not, okay. All right. Gmail.com, not gmail.com. All right, sick as. Okay, cool. We're still good. What we think is balding is actually the camera losing focus trying to capture Maultown's head at Mount Everest height. Exactly. Hey Maul, did you know you don't build credit score without a line of credit open? Ha ha ha. In unrelated news, like 6 years later, I'm getting a credit card. Agumon, I did know that because it actually made it really hard for me to get my first apartment when I was no longer living with roommates. Because when I was in college, or like my mom and I, we grew up very, very poor. And so my mom was always like, can't be in debt, can't be in debt. We have to stay on top of like if we ever use a credit card, it has to be paid off that month. We cannot go into debt because if we go into debt, we're going to get trapped in like a spiral of capitalism poverty. So I never took on any debt. And then in college, I lived with other people and just like paid my portion of the rent through money transfer things. And then when it was time for me to get my first solo apartment, they were like, yeah, we need to do a credit check. And I was like, what's that? And they were like, oh, it's just checking, like your credit cards and other recurring bills you've had to pay over your life to make sure that we can trust you to pay this. And I was like, I've never done that. And they went, huh? I was like, I'm sorry, I was too responsible to be hit to pass your responsibility check. This is bullshit. So Sauron, it counts on I like it the fact that I had previous rental history helped. It was just that I was not like the person in charge. Massive yes. So your roast is happening today. Hello, Halo. So ever since that, I picked up a credit card and I started using it for like little things and then I got a very good credit score very quickly. But I was peeved as hell for about a year. Helios, thank you for the 70 streams in a row. Welcome back to the dog park. Yeah, if you want a good credit score, you have to have like a credit card. Credit score is one of the most dystopian things I've ever heard about when it comes to America. It's even funnier when you consider that like a lot of right-wing Americans like to talk a lot of shit about the idea of like China having a social credit score and then they turn around and are just like, "Yeah, my FICO's 620." What do you mean? Yes, I have a number that totally encapsulates how much I'm worth as a money bag to these companies that want to suck on me like a mosquito. But at least it's not China, bro. That's communism. At least it's not China. And then they go back to working overtime to pay their boss more money while they can't afford health insurance. It's so evil. It's so evil. Wasn't the credit score system made to be racist? Probably. I mean, most anything that was invented around the time of or immediately following slavery and desegregation was made to be racist in the sense that it was made to help the whites that had all the power hang on to as much power as normal. I don't know for sure, but that is how most of that shit do go that way. It's like that's how IQ tests are racist, right? Like IQ tests were made to cater to uh little white boys. My boss just has 6 companies and hires us under a different but same company so he stays under the limit of employees. I think there's at least one person at the labor board who would be very, very interested in that little fun fact, Bone Lord. Like that would we don't have many laws going on in this country right now, but there's at least one person at your state labor board who would love to know that. I'm aware. Just like, yeah, I make $300,000, but I only say I make $100,000 because that way I don't get punished for making $300,000. It's not as one to one with that, but my God. Oh, Chesabel, that is terrifying. I mean, depending on what state you are in, there may be options for you. But yeah, that is a massive, massive problem, and I'm sorry you're going through that. I have never seen a redder flag than somebody giving their IQ unprompted or even asking for mine. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Smasher Pass, Maelstrom Dragon from Vanguard. Smash. Easily done. Easily done. The more I hear about America, the more I wonder if us losing the revolution was that good for you. It was. You guys sucked. All right, listen. There's a lot of problems we have, but we're not British. Oh yeah, let's talk about the demonetization, Ray, because that's the only thing I wanted to vamp about. I do have to hit the manual ad break. So we're going to hit the manual ad break and talk about the demonetization, and then we'll be right back, and we're going to get into the mix with Commander decks. All right, manual ad break. Let me go to studio. Okay. What I mean by, God, I'm just posting flops now. What I mean by demonetization, Ray, kind of, is if you look at when I started making this channel on Nerd Girl's Advice to Make Money, and when I told you guys, hey, we might be able to sell the deck reviews for less, it was predicated on monetization kind of like this. Let me scroll down enough. Where the advertiser is paying a little under $10 per 1,000 views I get, and I get paid a little bit under half of that. So I make $3.82 per 1,000 views the video gets. That's very normal. That is, as long as I've been making videos on YouTube, has been the standard for how much I get paid for a video that is like 20-ish minutes. About a week ago, maybe a little bit less. Did it happen to this video? It did. About a week ago, my revenue got cut by like 50%. The advertisers are staying at the exact same rate. The advertisers are being charged the same. The views are the same. The watch time is about the same. The watch time is important because one thing that can impact a video's monetization is if you have like, let's look. So this is all the ad slots YouTube puts in automatically. I know this looks crazy. What you need to understand as a viewer is nobody sees all of these. When YouTube puts an ad slot in, what YouTube is saying, this is a spot we could show ads to a person at. The average viewer, I think, will see like 1 to 3 of these. And so you'll get like this one, and then not these two, and then this one, and then this one, and then no more. Any combination thereof. And so if a video has really low watch time, then people might just not get to the ad breaks. So if the watch time was way lower, it makes sense for the video's ad revenue to be way lower because people just aren't getting to the ad breaks. Watch time's the same. Watch time is the same. Views are, steady, if not a little bit higher. And now the revenue is down. Yeah, revenue is down about 50. And I think it's even worse on... Oh no, this one's at $3. So I'm hoping it heals. But that is just the incredibly minor demonetization Ray I got hit with. And so the update there is if you are one of the people that were hoping for the price on the deck reviews to drop, they will not drop unless that changes. If that changes and the views keep going up and the monetization goes back to what it was, we can drop it. We're on track to. if the monetization continues to be like 2/3 to a half of what it once was, we definitely cannot drop the price. Why did it drop? Why did it drop so much? I have no idea. That is the frustrating thing about that is the dark side of working for YouTube, is some days you will clock in, you will clock out, your boss will hand you your paycheck and it will be half as much and you will be like, "But I did the same work. I got the same views. What do you mean?" And YouTube will just shrug. Who knows? Now that trade-off is generally worth it, but that is the trade-off that you take when you make this your job. Night Witch Red, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the dog home. Does YouTube reduce monetization based on what percentage of your viewership uses ad block? Yeah, if you don't get shown an ad, I don't get paid. But I don't think the percentage of people watching this channel using ad block would increase by that much overnight. Ghost of Monty, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. Monetization always drops this time of year, apparently. The Spiffing Brit covers this a lot. Interesting. I have heard of the Spiffing Brit, but I've never watched any of that like back-end YouTube algo stuff, so it would make sense. YouTube Premium still pays me. I have no idea what rate I get paid at from YouTube Premium. So I don't know if you guys pay me more than the average viewer, pay me less, but it does generate payouts. So if you use YouTube Premium, don't worry, you're good. Keep doing what you're doing. This is not anything you are doing wrong. Mauled, serious quick question. The ban list date announcement included to be tuned in for commander changes. Oh, so it's also commander changes, not just a ban list. Do you think, especially with its heavy focus in Lorwyn and now TMNT, will WotC push the hybrid mana change down mid? I hope not. I think there is a very good argument, and I have made videos to this effect. I think there is a very good argument for why hybrid mana should have been allowed in commander decks as either or instead of and from the very beginning. I think it was ridiculous that they were not. I think at this point, and based on why they want to make the change, we probably shouldn't change it based on how gung-ho Hasbro is being about it as a tool for Universes Beyond. Yeah, pre-Lorwyn, I wanted to. After seeing Lorwyn and seeing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm like, these designs are really cool. I would much rather have these designs and not change the hybrid mana rules in Commander than I would change the hybrid mana rule. Fallen Isel, thank you for the 6 months at Tier 1. Welcome, or the 8 months at Tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. I appreciate that generosity. Babadook, the reason for my change of heart is Lorwyn and TMNT. I think those designs are very cool, and it's still a version of the slippery slope argument, but it like basically the idea that pressure from Hasbro was going to push Wizards into making poorly thought out or really pushed hybrid designs, I thought was slippery slope prior to Lorwyn and TMNT, and now seeing Lorwyn and TMNT, it still seems like a slippery slope, but I can very clearly see Hasbro executives at the top of the hill with a bucket full of soapy water. So now I'm just more like, Dubious Phil, thank you for the 11 months at Tier 1. Welcome to the dog home. Made it 4 months ago. Okay, thank you, Dark Muramasa. Boss, is it weird to be 50-50 when it comes to Universes Beyond? Like, I've legit had people not want to play versus Eggman because it's UB. Meanwhile, I just like cards, man, but I get it that weird. No, that's the spot most people are in. The average consumer of Magic is against Universes Beyond unless it is a property they like, and then they like it. Most people are selfish and do not think any further then do I like the exact thing that is on the card? Yes, Babadook. Supermassive, absolutely not. All the selfish people probably just have to grow up a little bit. All right, first on the custom card wheel, before we get into the decks for the day, Realm Gate. This is a gate land, enters tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands with different basic land types. Tap to add mana, or tap, pay 1 life, add 1 mana of any color. I love it. That's awesome. Very, very starting townish. Yeah. We have an order for roast today. The chronological order, based on the order people had purchased in, was Supermassive, Dragon Cat, Babadook, and then you. If there's anybody who has a hard scheduling conflict, we can move people around. For sure, Helios. Yes. Let me go find it. Sight 9, Unseen Marksman. A 4-mana Orzhov 2/4 with Reach and Skulk. Whenever Sight 9 attacks, it phases out at the end of combat. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control phase in or enter from exile, draw a card. I almost like it. I'm very close to liking it. With the cards that are in the ecosystem now, this feels like Ketramos, but worse. I feel like this is the type of card that deserves to have its own custom precon built around it. And then once you have a custom precon built around it that does some more like funky phase stuff, maybe we don't want more phasing. But if we got more phasing, great. Negative vigilance. Dragoon, thank you for the 50 streams in a row. Welcome back to the dog park. And Marsh, thank you for the 1 year at tier 1. Happy anniversary. Hanging well. I mean, I'm in jeans, so it's not hanging low, but it's hanging well. I got to play 24 minutes of Fallout 4 this morning. It was great. It was really good enrichment time. Phasing feels weird to me because why would you use it over like blink effects? Exactly, Lila, and that's why I think we need more like phasing stuff in a custom precon. 24, what did you do? Look at your inventory. I killed a bunch of super mutants. Did you watch the Fallout show finale yesterday? No, I thought it came out today, so I'm planning to watch it today. Z and I, we will be doing this stream. We will be doing this stream, and then we will be going to the gym, and then we will be watching Fallout. Aegis, thank you for the 200-bit cheer. Hi, boss. Has Z taken up painting yet? With such a wide, empty canvas available to them. You bitch. I get smooches here. I get smooches here. Fallout 4 is your enrichment time. Give me my sub money back, you hack. It's my enrichment time when I want no thinkies. Here's how my morning went, Storming. And you can decide if you want your sub money back after this. The way my morning went is I got up at 6:30. I walked 3 miles while thinking about potential video ideas for long forms. Fed my cats. Cooked eggs for Z and I. Booked a trip to Florida for a collab I'm trying to do. Did a thumbnail. Filmed intros for the next deck roast video. Then did 2 deck reviews and thumbnailed another. And then after that, I was like, it's time to get ready for stream. I must clear my mind. And instead of meditating, I put on Fallout 4 and I just shoot everybody I see. That's what I mean by enrichment time. I'm enriching my. Oh, I also did like 20 minutes of stretching in there. So Fallout 4 is my. I'm tired of thinking. Bang, 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 bang. Noi Noi, thank you for the tier 1 sub of the second month in a row. Thanks again for the roast. My clue was already on the Flickr plan before I even knew elk existed. We're just fruity that way. Absolutely beautiful. Serum, hopefully. The last time I tried to go out for skill check, we had to cancel because I got really sick. And so I'm hoping that my immune system hangs in. Meditation is strictly more entertaining than Fallout 4. That's just not true. That's just not true. There's plenty. Listen, man. I don't think Fallout 4 is the best Fallout game. I don't even think it's that crazy as an RPG, but it's nice to walk around and shoot people. It's nice to walk around and like explore the buildings and wonder like, oh, what could have happened here? There's something to that. What gun did you use to do the bangs mold? I am only I can rotate an apple in my head, you liar. Uh I'm only like 2 hours into that playthrough because I don't play it very often. So I just have like a fucking automatic pipe rifle. I killed a guy and got a fat man, and I had 1 ammo for it, and I used it to kill a building full of super mutants. Yeah, old head. New Vegas is like the Fallout game, but the graphics are crazy ass, and so if you play it, you normally have to mod the hell out of it. And then BCM Raider, I'm doing good. Um, yeah, so I right now I'm like level fucking 7 or something. Like it's not the old magics. So I just have like an automatic pipe rifle and a shotgun, and I just walk around. And if I see you, you die. New to the stream, how can I get my decks roasted in the future? I'm gonna throw the roast command for you. Oh, thank you, Aegis Athene. Boss, I got my GF into Dragon Ball by getting her to watch Battle of the Gods, and now I'm debating, do I make her watch the Dragon Ball pre-Z movies to replace watching Dragon Ball so we can get to Dragon Ball Z Kai faster? Or do I make her watch Dragon Ball, even though I fear it just doesn't hold up well to what she likes about Dragon Ball Super Beerus? Real talk, bro, I wouldn't even watch Dragon Ball. And I'm like a day one. I was the Dragon Ball manga reader. That shit does not hold up. That shit does not hold up. You go straight into Dragon Ball Z and you have a good time. You do Dragon Ball Z abridged and you count your lucky stars that they will watch any of it with you. Oh yeah, tourney's good. I mean, I love a fight tournament. I rotate that apple in my head all day. Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Kai would be good. If they've done the abridged for Dragon Ball, do Dragon Ball Kai. But like, yeah, I love that series, and nope, doesn't hold up at all. Viv, thank you for the $5 super chat. Welcome back to Dog Heaven. Your girl is sick with COVID and the flu. How y'all doing? I'm doing good. The commissions have not gone live. I have realized I forgot to ask anybody to do custom cards with me tomorrow, and I'm rapidly figuring out how I'm going to fix that problem. Hmm. Hmm. Mauled, I finally got Windows installed with Secure Boot and TPM and all the other stupid shit I need for League of Legends. Beautiful. I saw a story from Send Poppy Gabe that he's just been like fucking throwing all of his ranked games trying to play Garen. I have not watched Slayers. Thoughts on personality tests? God, I'm gonna take a dumbass, enlightened centrist take on personality tests. They are stupid and worthless, but not completely. The only value of a personality test is in all the stuff that you don't tell to other people. What I mean by that is that I do think some personality tests have questions that are worthwhile for you as a person to consider and answer internally. Getting the result of the personality test is a strict downgrade from whatever fucking introspection you gained during the quiz. Like trying to get, oh, what's my Hogwarts house? What squad would I be in Bleach? What would my Pokemon be? What region would I be from in Pokemon? It's all a fucking waste of time. However, there are many personality tests that will ask you questions that you should be asking yourself and you should be seriously considering. But I think that most personality tests should be like, the world would be a way better place. We would live in a utopia if every personality test made you submit all of your answers and then didn't give you a result. We would live in a utopia. If it was just like, what would you do in this situation? What do you like more, this or this? Like, who would you side with in this argument? And then at the end, it was just like, I'm glad you thought about that. No answer. Nobody would do it because you couldn't get AdSense revenue out of that. But it would heal humanity in like 2 years. Boss, I'm sorry to inform you that's also basically true about tarot readings. Yeah, I'm pro tarot. For the exact same reason. Why would you be sorry? What college do you resonate most with in Strixhaven? Depends. Is it Tuesday? No, it's Wednesday. Orzov. Mine told me I have acute depressive tendencies. Hell yeah. Which Nephilim are you? The tallest one. It's easy. I simply know every ultimate truth about myself. Agumon, we have not been watching any of the Bleach filler. No. Absolutely not. We tried with one of the filler arcs and we got like halfway through and then we were like, nah. I do know about the Bounce. I watched the Bounce arc when I was a child and I didn't know it was filler. And I was like, why does the show suck now? And then I was finally freed. Maul, do people need to know what order of Knight Radiant you are? I'm definitely rocking with my girl Shallan. What's that? Lightweaver? Yeah, Lightweaver. All I do is lie. What do you mean? My job is to put on a show in which we lie to each other for enjoyment. Yeah, Shallan's the GOAT. So with that answer regarding personality tests in mind, I do have some questions regarding potentially sponsoring you about a thing. What a crazy fucking segue. Specific fitness knowledge for Time Kit. What's a good amount of time to do gym in a week? 2 days cardio, 2 days arms for 1 to 1.5 hours, good enough. It depends on what you want, which I realize is a non-answer. Ideally, you should be doing some type of physical exercise nearly every day, maybe 5 to 6 days a week. If you want to get stronger, all you need for weight training is 2 to 3 lifting sessions a week, and they can be full body lifting sessions. A bro split that I've had a great amount of success with in the past is push-pull legs. So one day you just do pressing movements. One day you just do pulling movements. One day you just do leg movements. You can do that. You can do full body, full body, full body, and just change around the specific exercise every day. But I would say 3 lifting sessions a week. ideally, and then just like go for walks the other days. I have not engaged with the Stormlight TTRPG at all. MLP, I was absolutely stomping as Kennen top in my full scaling team. Some Y surrenders after 17 minutes. Make it make sense. Have you considered they weren't having a good time and you didn't do enough as a top laner to make sure they were enjoying themselves? That's your job as a top laner in League of Legends. You gotta fluff that team, MLP. You can't just win. Boss, what are the chances we can force you to play the Age 1000 Dragon Ball game when it comes to next year, when it comes out next year, Copium? Depends. Is it a fighting game? Because near zero. Cramped, I have not seen the drama with whatever artist is angry about not getting a spot at MagicCon. I am not going to MagicCon Vegas, so I have not followed anything around it. Yeah, arena fighting game, maybe for a day. I can try it for a day, but I'm so bad at fighting games. It does like When I play, you want to know what type of bitch I am? I'm the type of bitch. Hold on. Where is it? I can't fucking find it. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. If you want to know the type of person I am in fighting games, I'm a blue player in Magic. I'm a low kick spammer in fighting games. I can't do it. I do not want to interact with you. Get away from me. My friends got me to play a Tekken game I had not played in 5 years. I asked them one question. I asked them, how do I low kick? And that was my entire life for the next 20 minutes. I zoned the fuck out. They gamer leaned in. They took my phone number out of their cell phones, and I was just going to work. Down A, whatever the fuck it was. I don't even remember. I'll just Google it next time I have to play. Have you checked out the Dragon Ball MOBA? I have not. I have not at all. What about you play this game? Oh, okay. Hold on, let's look. Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra. Okay. Oh, that looks awful. No, you cannot trick me. I will not be playing this garbage. This looks like Pokemon Unite if it was bad. I have no faith. I have no faith they pulled this off well. I would never try Heroes of Newerth. Mauled, I am thinking of getting back into Standard. What deck should I make? I have literally no idea what's what in Standard beside for the Badgermole Cup. After the day I spent yesterday playing Standard, my only Standard recommendation is not play it. I can't. I don't like that format. I cannot give you good advice on that format. I think it just plain sucks. Unless you really want to do a Badgermole combo. Like if there's a Badgermole combo you want to do, because there is like the Bant airbending combo, there is like Simic Ouroboros, which puts counters on stuff. There's just like mono green aggro. If there is a specific thing you want to try to do with Badgermole, do something with Badgermole. Otherwise, far away, 10-foot pole. 10-foot pole. I have not tried Dandan. Over under on me getting you to play Pokemon Unite now. It's because I used to play it. We will have more luck. Here's the flow chart. Hold on. Hold on. I've been doing online art training sessions to make my writing more legible, and I've realized I need a pivot point for my elbow, and because I try to draw from my wrist, and that's why it doesn't work. All right, so step 1 is get views in League. That worked. Excellent. The places we will pivot from here is we can go to Dota, which was the original MOBA I played. We can go to Pokemon Unite, which is going to be abbreviated PU for no reason. And then we can also go to Deadlock. Now, the advantages and disadvantages therein. Dota is very boring. Dota is a much more cerebral version of League. There's a lot more math involved. You have to be a lot more careful with your macro. The games are generally longer. Upside, I love it. Wow, I fucked that hard up. My instructor my instructor at art classes would not be happy that I did this. But the views are low, so I'm gonna do green for the money. So we're gonna go, oop, we're making it happen. We're making it happen in League. Viv, thank you for the extra $5. Welcome back to Dog Heaven. Okay, but hear me out. Really throw them for a loop and play Slay the Spire 2 when it comes out. We'll probably play it when it comes out. I played Slay the Spire and it was fine. I just don't like it that much. Upside of Pokemon Unite. Cute. Cute. But probably still low views. And Pokemon Unite is going to make me tilt. The thing that's going to make me tilt about Pokemon Unite is that every Pokemon Unite game is like 10 minutes. And there's a thing you have to fight over at the 10-minute mark, and whoever wins that is probably going to win the game. So it feels like you have very, very little impact on the game unless you just like totally destroy your opponents. Now, the upside of Deadlock, views are probably there right now. Deadlock is popping right now. Elk's playing it. I've seen other friends who typically do not stream MOBAs playing it, and they have been streaming to like decent viewership. BLP Entertainment, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse. My reticence towards Deadlock. I'm a yapper. Even when I play League, we're talking the whole time. I think the primary advantage I have over other people in the streaming space is that I can hit you with the nonstop radio voice, and I can talk about things that either interest you, or I can yell "come" really loud. But I can talk nonstop about whatever. League, I am good enough at that I can play League and talk and think about what I'm talking about most of the time. Sometimes I have to go nonverbal and lock in. Deadlock, I'm so bad at shooters. We're gonna have like just autism breathing noises the whole lobby. That game is hard. It is a movement shooter and a MOBA. That makes it very, very fun. It makes it difficult for me to manage as an entertainer because I have to manage like fucking crouch sliding and trying to get headshots and trying to parry, and then I have to try to find ways to be interesting on top of that. Because as a streamer, you basically make it because people like to hear you yap, or people like to watch you play. I'm not going to be good enough at Deadlock at the beginning to have people watch me play, which means it has to be carried by it being interesting to hang out. And all of that is competing against the fact that like streaming League is just going really well. And so I don't have a ton of desire to, like, if anything, I just have a desire to try more League, because the viewership on League and the audience participation in League is trending upwards right now. So I'm just not highly motivated to try to find the next thing, because the current thing is already going well, and I think there's a lot more ground left to gain in the current thing. Jomi Bug, I was on the Magic Mirror the other day, and if I do a co-op with them, it will be Deadlock. Hundy P. Fake. When I play League, I typically play. Right now, I'm typically solo queuing as Vex, but there is a price sheet where you can donate an amount of money to make me play different champions, and so I've been playing like a different champ basically every game. I think when we do the next League stream, the first game I have to play is Zac Top. I am gold 2 right now. I placed into like silver 3, and we've climbed up to gold 2, just kind of bouncing around. So Volunteer Day, the rate sheet has it has things for if your champion is not listed, they are here. That's one of the tiers. Is if I'm playing a champion in their like main role and their name is not elsewhere on the list, they default to here. What's the chance of more peak assorted friend slop? We're doing more of that Saturday. Okay, we have vamped for too long, which makes it a beautiful day. Supermassive Gaming, are you ready to go? We'll get all this shit out of the way. Yup. Love to see it. Okay. Let me sip my ginger beer. And then just to keep everybody in line, Dragon Cat, are you 30 minutes away from being ready to go? Perfect. All right, here we go. Supermassive Gaming has sent in a spooky deck. The primer is overwhelm my opponents with a deluge of -1/-1 counters while laughing maniacally. The only card / interaction they want to keep in the deck is Misfortune. This is the return of Jund Bigness. A -1/-1. Yeah, we've seen this before. A -1/-1 counter deck that wants to win via Torment of Hailfire, but we have dropped the Aristocrat shit. We have dropped the Necropotence. I love you for that. Beautiful. So we don't have early game-winning combos. We want it to be scary, but bracket 3 scary. We're using Auntie Ool. Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. My favorite precon upgrade. We're in green. We have a bird. We legally mandated bird. Oh, my fault. Let me grab tags. Rhystic Study, but better. True. Yes, exactly. Little Guy Maker, the goat of all time. Beautiful. These are probably sins. What the fuck is that Grave Pact art, dude? Well, that looks like... I could see a Fortnite character hitting that pose after they kill me. Like, that is a fucking Fortnite dance. That is not... Dude, it's JoJo posing. I'm being mogged. It's the Mog Pact. You for sure get to do this in bracket 3. I think Moonshadow's fine. I don't even think this is a sin. If anything, I think it's kind of like on the cuter end for this deck. Quillspike, ooh. No, this is awesome. This is awesome, yeah. What the fuck are we sneak attacking in? Hold on. Okay, no Blightsteel. You're good. You're good. Sneak attack passes inspection. This is just awesome. This is also just awesome. Yeah, all right. More cards, less problems. Sure, this is deeply, deeply irresponsible, but you do have card draw in your command zone. So as long as you're putting counters on, you don't 100% need a ton of like one-off. Oh, Misfortune's an actual card. I thought you were talking about the like general energy of making my friend's life worse. Jund Sorcery. Target opponent chooses one. You put a counter on each creature you control and gain 4 life. Or you put a -1/-1 counter on each creature that opponent controls, and Misfortune deals 4 damage to him or her. That is fucking adorable. That is absolutely adorable. Alright. We have EDH ramp, and then the one guy that goes infinite with a ham sandwich. Die. Die, please. Okay, we gotta talk about this. Don't you boom this. I have to win somehow. Please, please. One card in my deck has to win. One of them has to win. Yeah, great, great. You know what? If this wasn't Comic Sans, 100%. Get my learn on. Okay, good tutors. He does everything. That's true. Just little guys. Oh man, the anti-BBL surgeon. That's fucking evil. It's evil, but you're right to do it. That's not what words mean. That's a pretty funny tag for reanimation. Okay, I like all of these. Hold on, that's it. Whenever you put one or more counters on a creature you don't control, draw a card. Ooh! My commander, but it's 3 mana, and it's in mono green. Beautiful. Dog. No, I'm booming this one. No, that... Alright, generous patron, you're hot. Grumgully out here being like, we're gonna give each of you 2 extra inches of ass before you go into the trenches. Trust me, you're gonna need them, alright? You're gonna need them. Friendly fire is active. Isn't Grumgully anti-backwards with the deck? No, he's not. What Grumgully is doing is Grumgully's trying to make everything just big enough such that your stuff doesn't die as quickly. Patron doesn't work with Auntie Boss. Just you. I think you guys are idiots. I don't think this works with the Ward Blight too. Yeah, whenever you put one or more counters on a creature you don't control, support 2. When this creature enters, I put a counter on a creature I conceivably don't control. I put a counter on creatures I conceivably don't control. When a creature dies, if it had a -1/-1 counter on it, I put a counter on a creature I don't control. Like, it doesn't work with the ward cost on Auntie, and it works with literally everything else in the deck. Like, my creatures have Wither, guess what? Works with Generous Patron. Yeah, the only part it doesn't work with is Auntie's Blight cost, which is like the least important part of an Auntie Ool deck. Oh! All right, this is why we needed the extra 2 inches of ass, man. Okay. All right, beautiful. Ah! Hateful. $45! $45 on board wipe everybody. You know what? Okay. Ugh. I'm gonna hit you with the real unfortunate truth, and you're not gonna be ready for it. Because of what you're trying to do here, like if you get Harbinger of Night, it's great. And I see what you're trying to do with Grumgully. You want, hey, I need 2 extra inches of ass for when my anti-BBL surgeon comes in and ruins your life. Ruins all of our lives every turn. There is a strictly better version of this. I'm sorry. You got to get your worm on. You got to get a trellis. You got to get one of those weird vine plants. You got to get a live, laugh, love sign. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I know it hurts, but it's just the right thing. No! It's like I'm thinking about, would this, because a genuine problem, boss, I think Gaia's Anthem is a better option than Grummy here. I mean, Gaia's Anthem would be a better option than Grumgully, but we genuinely have to investigate if Ouroboros, if the infinite BBL snake is the guy we really need, because it gives you an almost like, it gives you an endless number. But wait, if this has a -1/-1 counter on it, it doesn't buff anything, that's not good. How do we stop ourselves from misplaying by putting -1/-1 counters on Ouroboros? Tom Bruce, here's the hot tech. You play Ouroboros in main phase 1. You go to your combat, everything gets 1+1+1 counter. Now Ouroboros' power is 2. You are now free to blight Ouroboros by 1 and bring it back to a 1/3, and then next turn, it'll put 1 counter on everything. Like, if you already have Harbinger of Night on board, and then you play Ouroboros main phase 1, this just keeps your board at even power toughness, but gives you a million triggers from Anti-Ul. Which is like, that sounds pretty good to me. The homeostasis worm. Right, so like if we have the most evil thing possible going on with the -1/-1 counter plan, this is John Homeostasis. Nothing changes. He is Joe Biden. Hardcore neoliberal. Keep everything the same. The machine keeps turning. If we don't have Harbinger of Night, and we just have like if things aren't going great, this is a one-stop shop. My board is good now. This is like, you have 2 to 3 turns to kill me, or I'm just going to beat you to death. And this deck, like, based on what I saw in the pre-con games, you need ways to beat people to death. Like, I know we have the Vine Boom thing. Ideally, we want to win with Torment of Hailfire. But the deck was kind of struggling to close out when I saw it on decked out, and you've obviously made some improvements. But I do think an improvement you want to make is just beating people to death. Are -1/-1 counters right wing? Inherently, yes, because their dicks are smaller. We're shrinking it. Has to be right wing. All right, moving on. The other thing we have overlooked. We are evil. We are very, very... All right, fuck those blue players. All right, you real. So overall, Supermassive, I like what we're doing here. I think a thing we have missed out on is we probably have creature control locked up. If you have a creature, I can bomb you. It's not going to be a problem. I fucking got you. What you probably have to be worried about, and you're not worried about enough, is enchantment hate and artifact hate. If you are going to be the devil, I want you to be the whole devil. I don't want you to be a guy who's like... I think right now, you are the guy in every heist movie who... Team of bad guys. Tons of guns. you know, rocket launchers, bombs, got an intel guy, and then you walk in. What's up? I'm Samuel. I deal with feet. And you bring out a rusty machete. Now the audience and some other character who's a stand-in for the audience goes, what? And you go, yeah, I fucking hate feet. So any guy you see, after we shoot him, I'm sawing their feet off. I really like Expedition 33. If it's a Marvel movie, you say that line. If it's not a Marvel movie, you don't say that line. But you spend the whole game going Minoko style on people, cutting people's feet off, and if anybody is able to stick an artifact or an enchantment that really, really helps them, we can't do a lot about it. So I like the direction you've taken this. Some suggestions I would like you to consider, especially when it comes to your interaction. Because, like, Trophy I love. Abrupt Decay I am alright with. Rollick, this is the exact type of thing I think you need less of. Like, if you want to deal with a creature, you have a ton of ways to deal with a creature by just shrinking their meat down and then turning them into dust. We just need some of that fucking, like, classic... Like, if you want to be a greedy bitch, natural reclamation. If you want to be responsible, like, reclamation sage. Ooh, Atomize is a great shout. Oh, and I get to proliferate? Oh, and it's you putting the counters on? Oh! Hot. Hot. So your interaction section needs to be tailored towards non-creature permanents. I trust your deck to handle every foot that ends up in the building. I do not trust you to handle a single enchantment. Am I wrong for thinking this card sucks in Uhl because it's 4 mana and doesn't do enough? You're super wrong, depending on what bracket you're in. I think in bracket 4, yeah, terrible. In bracket 3, this is fine. This is instant speed, non-creature removal that draws a card. Potentially multiple. Its floor is definitely low, but its ceiling, very, very high. Because the ceiling is I have 2 to 3 creatures that all have -1/-1 counters on. I proliferate all of them. I draw 3 cards and blow up your permanent. It competes with Uhl's mana value as the main issue. No, it does not. You would never cast this on turn 4. Competing with mana value is only true if it competes with your curve out. I have made the point about mana value very many times, and I always try to contextualize it in. Competing with mana value is only a thing if it competes with your curve. Atomize does not compete with your curve. Atomize you are probably doing when you, on a future turn, when you have passed with 4 open mana. There is almost, other than like Rhystic Study, there is like no permanent in the game that on turn 3 you would want to go tap out Atomize. Another good card. This is going to be kind of funny because you're going to be putting -1/-1 counters on her, but this is enters with a hexproof counter. When she deals combat damage, you can take a counter off. If you do, blow up somebody's artifact or enchantment. So 5/4 hexproof, bam, I hit you. If Ouroboros there, you can take the +1/+1s off. If the -1/-1s are on her, everybody else has shitty creatures they can't block well. Swing her in, blow up their soul ring, take the counter off, she's a 5/4 again, ready to be poisoned. Antibiotic successful, I am ready to skinny dip in the river again. So let's go to the playtest, because that is the only thing I think we're sleeping on, is I think we are drastically overlooking our ability to deal with anything that is not a creature. Would Night Soil be cute Grave Hate here, boss? We probably skip Grave Hate. Every deck has to pick and choose what it's going to be good at dealing with and what it's going to just abandon interaction for. I think this deck abandons the ability to... Oh, that is very cute. This could be a one-off. It's good -1/-1 counter targets. Yeah, sure. I don't think it's good, but if you have one person you play against who has a Reanimator deck, great. In general, I would say Grave Hate is what I would skip on for this deck. So let's see how it goes right now. Holy shit, the man, the myth, the legend. You should not be running Cabal Coffers. Do we have Urborg in here? Alright, I get a rock. White border forest? We do. Okay, never mind. Alright, so we can get Auntie Ool. Oh no. Oh, we're going to hell. Oh, we're going to hell. I kill 2 creatures and I steal the best one. And if any of them get shot, I have Reanimate too. Great. So from here, now what I want to sell you on. Oh yeah, and no, I would not draw 2 because I'm putting them on opponent's creatures. What I could do is if I didn't want to kill 2 creatures, I could put 1 on an opponent's creature, I could steal it. Oh wait, can we not Maha? Do we not have... Oh my god, we couldn't have Maha'd because fucking Cabal Coffers because we don't have enough swamps. I'm so angry. I'm so angry. We're just gonna pretend. We're gonna pretend you did the land base right. I refuse to abandon this dream. Okay. But what I want to... Right, Talisman makes black, but this is not a mana producing land right now. We have 1 swamp. We have the pips, but Cabal Coffers is mana negative. So we only have 3 lands and a Talisman is the problem. So anyway, pretending that this worked. From this point, we have a like pretty solid grip on the game, or we should ideally. Pretend Grumgully is Ouroboros. We just win. Like Grumgully's cute, Ouroboros kills people. If we go this, I have your stolen creature, you guys all have base power and toughness 1, and I have a growing board, that is board wipe or I got you. Board wipe or I got you. Good luck, shithead. So I'm very big on recommending that guy. Alright, we have black this time, we just don't have anything else. Good lord, we may have to take you to the 3-visit store. We may have to take you to the 3-visit store, dog. All the white border mountains you have put in for mental damage are making your hands unkeepable. There is brain damage occurring here, but I fear it's only to you. I can't keep this hand. Oh my god, a command tower. I'm fucking say. Oh yes, 2 command towers. Pretend we took no mulligans. Alright, Innkeeper's Talent. Hot dog. Hexing Squelcher. He big. Forest. Ool. Hit him with the naughty curve out. Alright, Dread Tiller. We get our first thing. We don't need a land, so I would probably put it on Auntie Ool, draw a card. Halfling. And then we have Threats Undetected. So I also think Ouroboros is a really important part of your Threats Undetected piles, or your Signal to Clans pile. We're not doing a lot to get out to the races early, and if we're not doing a lot to get out to the races early, we need to have some really, really big and compelling threats we can slam, and those big and compelling threats are like Yawgmoth, Maha, Ouroboros, maybe Mikaeus, probably Hapatra too. It's not just the precon. There's just a lot of overlap because -1/-1 counters has been a relatively niche strategy for a long time. It's like how every Henzi deck is going to have a lot of overlaps because Blitz is just not a thing we've gotten a ton of flexibility on. You could throw Frank Horrigan in as a funny card. I would, spit on that thing. God damn it. Based on the playtests, you may want to put in like 2 more ramp pieces. It seems like we're just light enough on ramp that we're always missing 1. So we're like just a tiny bit too irresponsible. So you may want to hit up the 3 visits in Nature's Lore store just to make sure we fix our colors. And then the only other thing that I think might help for the Torment of Hailfire plan, yet another Snake Mommy. This is greedy. I'm not going to sell it. It's not going to work as well as any of the other things I have recommended. If you wish to stockpile a bunch of money, I really, really like the idea of treating everybody else's creatures like they're the dinosaurs and turning them into petroleum. Because if we blow up their stuff, we get to take it as a treasure, and then eventually we crack like 20 treasures to go Torment of Hailfire for $1 million, and I got to do it because I robbed you of all the creatures you loved. Isn't that fun? Why aren't you laughing? Aren't you having a good time? Come on. British Museum as a Magic card. Yeah, tag it the British Museum. Please clap. Geese of the Hellraiser would be the better version of this. I think Vraska the Silencer is the like greedy right, Massive, I agree, but Haunted Crossroads but that doesn't move your game plan ahead, it just slows them down. Like, what I'm talking about is the desire to, like, if you have Sneak Attack and Grave Pact, yeah, by the power of 8 mana combined, I can make you give up your creatures, and then we just both don't have creatures. And you can use Haunted Crossroads as a 3-card combo to minimize how much that hurts you, but it doesn't, like, it does not move you that far forward on the board. And so I think something like Geese of the Hellraiser is a pretty good option for moving you forward. Either way, the deck is evil. I do think you have done a good job. Does putting -1/-1 counters count as a crime? If it says target, yes. Troper, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Boss, thanks for the sanity check for the deck. Cuts have been made, and I'm thrilled with my purchase. I'm very happy to hear that. So as long as, like, Harbinger of Night doesn't count. Generous Patron does count. Dreadtiller does count. Carnifex doesn't count. Blowfly does count. Scorpion God does count. Yawgmoth does count. As long as you are pointing at the thing and going, I target your creature, you get the trigger. But it would not work. It's one of those things where would not work with Blight 2. Would not work with Black Sun Zenith. But I think you have enough in the deck that it works with a lot of stuff. But overall, I think this is a good run at a -1/-1 counters deck. I think this is appropriately hateful. I think you're just overlooking the people who deserve to be hated most, which is the artifact players and the enchantment players. Yeah, proliferate doesn't do it. So Supermassive, whether you take any of my advice or not, I hope you've enjoyed this overview of your deck. I like it quite a lot, and I hope you have a terrible day. We're going to go to the manual ad break and then move on to Dragon Cat's deck. Zerthro Shack, I know you aren't the biggest Alchemy fan, but I built an incredibly grindy Treehogue draft deck, and it's disgusting and makes me deep bad for my opponents. The card Blighted Nightmare is a war crime. That's way too many fucking words. That looks like a custom card. That is the font size of a custom card. What do you mean? That's no. No. You can DM me on Discord, Starry. All alchemy cards are just a hiring offer at Wizards away from a custom card. You're so right. You're unfortunately right and true. Casanova, thank you for the drink water redeem. I am going to go use the bathroom, and then Jace's cat, we will mow through the custom cards right now. Or when I'm back from the potty, because I am a potty boy. Yes, DMC. I think we can move you to third. Babadook, are you cool to go fourth? All right. Oh no, I was peeing. Come on, no. Jay Arlington, thank you so much for the raid, and I hope that I've caught at least a few people while I was in the bathroom. I'm gonna go lay on the floor and cry about this later, but for now, we're checking out some custom cards before we go back to checking out commander decks. Piss Ray cheat. I feel like I have a guy who's doing clipping. I might eventually just have somebody who's like doing special effects, because I feel like there should be a like achievement unlocked, be away from keyboard when somebody raids you. Also, Jarther, thank you for the 190-bit cheer. Hey boss, know it's a couple days late. Wanted to say thank you for roasting my Brigid deck. Sleep caught up to me right before it. Oh, I'm sorry for that, but I hope you had a good time. I definitely had a good time looking at it, and I think you've done a pretty good job of it. All right, good morning, Ira. All right, point redeems. From Agumon. Tosin, Absolute Justice. 4-mana Orzhov 2/4 with Death Touch. While he's attacking alone, defending opponent cannot cast spells, and their creatures lose all abilities. That's sick. I like that. In fact, I love that. I think that's perfect, because that way, like, he only gets waxed by maybe like a or like a 7/7, right? Can just kill him. Oh yeah. We should stick an until end of turn on it. Until end of turn. Load bearing until end of turn. No. Load bearing until end of turn. Yeah. All right. From Elikman, Drain Vitality, an Esper instant. Oh, it says while he's attacking. Never mind. We can't read. You're good. Esper instant, counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. Its controller loses X life, where X is the mana value of the countered source. I think that's chill. I think the problem here is, like Veggie said about your other stuff, for a 3-color uncommon that mandates you have committed to all 3 colors, super not good enough. And so this is, if you are okay with that, this is one of the uncommons where people are just passing it the entire draft, and then maybe at like the end of pack 3 it ends up in an Esper deck, but nobody who is looking at like blue-white is gonna go, yeah, I'll commit to Esper because this would be a cool pickup. Okay, if you want it to be like a signpost uncommon, then I would make it a better creature. Yeah. Because it's cute, but it's not super strong. Alright, then from Jace's cat, Sir Ufi, a 3-mana 2/4 mono white knight with sword. For 3 and tap, Sir Ufi deals 2 damage to up to 2 attacking or blocking creatures. You get an experience counter. Reinforced. Whenever a source deals damage to you or permanents you control, prevent damage equal to the amount of experience counters you have from it. I like that. My worry is that this is like really, really bad until you are totally immortal. Right? Like, yeah, you play it on 3. You go to turn 4. I get 1 experience counter. Turn 5, I get 2. Turn 6, I get 3. Turn 7, I get 4. In a bracket 3 game, people can still probably kill you. But I feel like if you make it past turn 8 or 9, it's just like, oh, Jesse wins by default. Jesse wins by default because nobody can hurt him now. Woe questing beast upon ye. Yeah, it might be a thing where you have to put like a cap on the experience counters, and then sword can cost a little bit less. Because he's like straight up useless until you are immortal, and then you win the game unless somebody has a drain effect. Sentenced to the wide open plains of Sunspine Lynxes. Maybe whenever you prevent damage like that, you lose an experience count. Yeah, but then you just don't keep any. Like, that's the issue, and it's why we don't have a lot of damage prevention things that like scale up over the course of the game. If you make a way for them to scale up, you become immortal, and if you make a way for them to scale down, you just can't fucking keep any on you because somebody hits you with a 1/1 flyer and then you don't have it anymore. I'd like Orzhov. I think Orzhov can do some cool knight shit. Elikman, I don't know enough about limited design to have a really strong opinion on that. I would say probably yeah, but I could be making a devious mistake. All right, next from Dark Oasis, Nothingness is Eternal. A 6-mana Rakdos sorcery. Each opponent faces a villainous choice. They lose a life equal to 3 times the number of cards they own in exile, or they exile 2 non-land, non-token permanents they control. You may cast cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. If a permanent enters this way, it becomes colorless. Awesome, yeah. I love it. Kind of narrow, but for the people that do like it, super good. The Glove, thank you for the 9 months with Prime, my friend. Welcome back to the Dog Home. I am doing very well, and I hope you are doing well too. All right, next from Whitebread, a Monoko card, a 4-mana Simic sorcery. Choose a creature you control and target creature you don't control. Then choose a third target creature you don't control. The first 2 creatures fight the third target creature. This is perfect. This is perfect. No fucking notes. That is exactly how you should interpret this. I don't care if it works in the rules. Flavor text, I've already thought about it thrice. P.S. It works. So I think you would do like, if you wanted to make the wording work, you would do choose a creature you control and target creature you don't control. Choose a third target creature you don't control. The target creature, the first, like the fuck, how would you, I think you might have to make it really wordy and do like, choose a creature you don't control. It fights another target creature you don't control. Then choose a creature you do control. It fights that same creature. Like, there's definitely a way to make this happen. Elikman is saying coordinated clobbering. Yeah, there's stuff that do this. There's stuff that does this, but it's usually 2 things you control beating up another guy. It's very rarely a guy you have and another guy beating up a third guy. Either way, beautiful card. Beautiful card. Make it happen. The rules wording would be target creature you control and target creature you don't control both fight another target creature you don't control. Okay. And then I think you would probably just have to specify like who fights first, because a 3-way fight does not exist in Magic. Sauron, I have not, and I'm taking a little break from Expedition 33 because the Simon fight hurt me so bad. Kamers, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. Right, who's doing customs tomorrow? Okay, well, I would know if Elk would get back to me. I don't know why. God damn it. Fuck. It's Elk. It's trying to fucking... I was trying... Come on, man. I was trying to delegate. I was trying to lie about whose fault it was that the commissions weren't up. All right, the commissions are going up. 2-5. Man, what a piece of shit. I can't have shit in this stream, dude. I can't have shit in this stream. Alright, we're setting the commissions live. Tomorrow is the custom card stream where the 100-point redeems work. I love responding to messages instantly. It's my favorite thing. You're evil. You're an evil person if you do that. Okay. Inkable Chernobog, there's the price sheet for League of Legends. Thank you for asking. Alright, Dragon Cat, it is your time. I'm so mad. Hold on, I have to message them. What are the odds we ever get custom cards with Nurgle? I want to make some primo rage bait. I will ask if she's available for like next week. Devil's Eye, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome back to the dog home. I appreciate those Jeffrey dollars. Wait, these custom cards weren't rage bait before? People make some very good custom cards in this stream. Like not everybody, and some people make joke cards, but like most people who are, especially those of us who are making draft sets, for the most part, make some pretty reasonable cards. All right. Pre-warning, this deck is some bullshit. Beautiful. All right. Dragon Cat's deck is silly. My deck's plan is to get things in the grave, get them out, and then punch with 4/2s. Okay. You know, I can wrap my head around self-mill into beatdown. That seems pretty good. Or is... Come on. No, not a 5-mana Boros Commander! God damn it! Oh, 5-mana value engine! Fuck! Bro is in here asking for a 6-figure job with a GED and no work experience. You are an elephant, my man. You do not have an MBA. Every cool deck idea, it's always 5-mana Boros Commander gatekeeping the whole strategy. Fuck. Fuck me. Fuck me. Okay. Alright, we can save this. We can make this work. They should stop making the 5-mana Boros Commander so cool. You're right. I am right. It's so much worse. It's Boros Reanimator. Oh no. All right. Tags. Draw. Cryptex! You're rage baiting me. You're right. $152. This is from collection. I need you. You have to admit this to me right now. You have to admit this to me. You built this out of a fucking bulk box and a bottle of NyQuil. All right. I need to know that. I need to know that in my heart. There is no way. There is no way you were looking through Scryfall and dead ass went, I need Cryptex in this motherfucker. I don't have this deck in person. You went out. You researched this. And then we just have good cards right next to it. Holy shit. We just good cards. All right. So what do we even when one or more cards leave our graveyard, make a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. All right. And we're going to have 4/2s when our spirits are out. So ideally, we want to have a million loot, and we want to have a lot of ways to leverage a full graveyard to do value. What does Bannon do? We can cast a spell, a creature spell, from among cards that were put there from anywhere other than the battlefield this turn. Oh yeah, that's great. Works very well with looters. Court of Ardenvale works great. Cryptex is dog shit. Great looter. Yeah. Flashback, I love that. You are a crack smoker, but this was good in Commander. Sure, looting. Sure, looting. Sure, looting. Does he do anything else for us? And recursion. Okay, don't hate it. You are an idiot. Great looter. A fool. A child. Great looter. I love this one. Wait, what? Commander is a cleric. That doesn't make it better. And he's an elefante. You motherfucker. By the power invested in me, by my shitty 3-mana draw engine and my 5-mana Boros commander, I can create one aristocrat effect. I'm putting your ass on a poster, Dragon. I am putting your ass straight on a poster. Come on, Scryfall. Quintorius. But mauled for 5 mana with my 5 mana commander out, I can draw a card and gain me a life. Come on, Scryfall, you can do it. Come on, I believe in you, Scryfall. There we go, hold on. Those are those good pixels. Yes. I love it. Masterful. I mean, listen, for bracket 2, it sure is an adorable interaction with your commander. Is it worth playing? Is it even worth the what? 16 cents you would have to spend on the card? 18 cents. No. No. But it is cute. All right, Scrapwork fucking sure, man. It has Unearth. Great. Fucking sure, man. Fucking sure. Oh my lord, a good card. Exile from Graveyard. Dollhouse of Horrors I actually kind of believe in. This is so bad. This is so bad. I can give my 3/1 a first strike. Okay, so here's the core. I think here's the core problem that we're going to have with this deck. Right now, you have created a Rube Goldberg machine by which you can go, if I achieve step A plus step B plus step C plus the fake step D, which is everybody at the table being open to the idea of not killing me while I try to achieve these things, I will get 1/4/2 and then hold for applause, because there is one thing that's going to make it better. Come on, man. We're in MS Paint. Let me copy paste the thing. Right, there we go. I also get a poop emoji. Now maybe that poop emoji is one card in my hand after discarding a different card. Maybe that poop emoji is a 3/1 with first strike. But either way, it is, I jump through all these hoops and I get a pile of shit and 1/4/2. The version of this that I do believe in is when it is either a very low investment or the payoff is not a pile of dog shit. I like Dollhouse of Horrors, greedy, but exile a creature, get a creature, and I get a 4/2. Now we're talking about something. Ghost Vacuum. I get to do it for no mana every turn. Great. I get a creature for no mana every turn. That's fine. I get a different payoff later. You fucking idiot. Lion Sash. I get to grow a Voltron threat on my board. I can also use it to hate other people's graveyards if I have to. I don't even want to know what this Planeswalker does. Sure, I can do it for no mana. I can do it for no mana, and I build a threat. I think the thing that is hurting you is ones that have hurdles, cost mana, or the payoff isn't worth a goddamn. Like, Cryptex's payoff is really not worth a goddamn. Flage is pretty good. Escape is good here. Cute as hell. I'll try to let you do it. MTG Dog Girl, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse. Hello, 3/3 Elk. 4 mana, 2 mana tap, discard your hand, counter target non-creature spell. Play this ability as an interrupt. We are rapidly falling towards bracket 1. We are screaming towards welfare check with this deck. Okay, Rehanimate, sure. Squee the Immortal's cute. Stuff with Flashback is great, adorable. Disturb, okay. Scales with Spirits, I see the vision. I thought this was high bracket 2. Am I just cooked? Almost certainly. Let's look. All these fuck-ass lands, bro. All these fuck-ass lands. Alright. Whoops, don't want to see that yet. All right, we get red. We're good to go. I get Perpetual Timepiece. I mill to have stuff in my graveyard. I play a 3-1. Turn 4. The first thing I commit to board is a 3-1. I do not have the white pips to cast my board wipe because I have been too concerned with setting up my goofy Spirits plan. So turn 5. Hell yeah. It's time. Tap. Exile. Guess what, baby? That's a fucking 4-2. Coming straight to your dome. Coming straight to your dome. Holy God. We mill Ghost Vacuum. Excellent. Oh, thank the Lord. Okay. We exile Runehorn Hellkite. I make a spirit. On somebody else's turn, I exile this. I make a spirit. What am I going to do this turn? Soul of Theros. I don't have two. No, okay. I will in a turn. So I play this land. Exile, make a spirit. Yippee wahoo. Okay, I can blow up one thing. I can tap my guys to exile something. You may cast from exile when they become the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls. Exile them. We think high bracket 2 is I can cast a 3-mana 3/3 after I exile it from my graveyard? I mean, depending on your definition of high, you might be right on, brother. You might be dead on. Alright, I need to reopen the YouTube stream because it has crashed trying to look at this deck. I may need some help with this one. So I think there are, I think a lot of the deck works pretty good. I think there are some things that are like way, way, way too cute. Like the stuff that I enjoy, set up pieces that will, for no mana, exile stuff from our graveyard. Awesome. Like Scrabbling Claws, genuinely good card in the deck. Manaless Mill. Anything that is Manaless Mill or Manaless Loot, I am a big fan of because we want to keep feeding the graveyard and we want to have ways to, for relatively cheap, get a card out to keep the Spirit game plan going. Now, if we wanted to do something crazy, I think one price you are paying is we have a ton of really fucking bad lands. I don't know how you have managed to uncolor fix yourself in a 2-color deck, but you have genuinely made it difficult to cast spells because we only have like 2 fucking pips at any given time. I promise you, you do not need these utility land effects as much as you think you do. However much you think you need them, it's not true. You need pips to cast spells. Yeah, like Sequestered Stash, like I think we are too focused on every single card in the deck having a unique synergy with Quintorius rather than picking what are the big cards that are going to move my game plan forward? How do I support those big cards? So like one thing I think you would benefit from is just ramp. Whether that is the catch-up ramp for Boros or whether that is a mana rock, whatever. But what we're working with right now is a five. So your life doesn't begin until the 5 mana card gets played. If the 5 mana card gets removed, now we need 7. If you get collateraled in a board wipe, if people get worried about what your Board of Spirits is eventually going to do, like you get turned off really, really, really quickly. And so I would be focusing more on things like Flarg, Mazzolanti, like Gaia Reach Sanitarium you can keep, but anything that is repeatable to get you a card, discard a card, huzzah. That's what we need. So more things like the Nahiris. Kind of, it's difficult because planeswalkers are hard to protect. So there's a balance there. Where if you can, you would like them to be on artifacts or creatures. I think the ones that let you down the most are, let's see. Okay, Hofri's cute. Bannon's cute. Cryptex is dog shit. I think Fear of Missing Out is dog shit unless you are really, really... I mean, you technically have every type of permanent. The only ones we have a lot of are land, creature, artifact. So if you have a lot of, like, enchantment creatures, maybe. I don't really believe in your ability to reach Delirium. Joshua's fine. Lembas is another, like... Oh my god, for 4 mana, I can make 1/4/2. Holy shit. 4 mana, I get 1/4/2, I get to draw a card. This is you with the poop emoji. This is you with the poop emoji and the 4/2. Nahiris are fine. Absolutely not on Relic Vial. Absolutely the fuck not. Mutt's cute. Pyromancer's cute. God, Deck of Many Things is adorable. I don't love Trading Post. I see what we're trying to do here, but when it comes to like how much mana we have to commit for this to do stuff and how many turns it will take for this to do a thing, it just seems like nothing cool is happening with it until turn 7. Right? Because like we wouldn't play it on 5, because if we had 5 mana, we're playing our commander. But if we play it on 6 mana, we discard a card. And then the next turn, we have to have gotten a creature we're willing to sacrifice, and then we can sack that creature to get a 4/2. So maybe we can turn a 4/2 into a 4/2, but we re-handmade an artifact. That artifact has to be pretty good for me to like that. And then, we can replay the artifact to draw a card. Like, if you want to do Trading Post stuff, I would be... And you're going to have a hard time doing this because you're not in black. But I would be moving on like Ichor Wellspring type shit if I wanted to be doing that. Because we need stuff that's going to keep like filling your hand quickly and efficiently, because Boros, you're not going to have a ton of money. Just never. Maybe by turn 10. But you're not going to have a ton of money. You're not going to have a ton of cards. And so you really have to be shuffling through them to make sure you're seeing the right ones. And right now, the right ones are basically limited to Hofri, Ghost Vacuum. Fortnite Ussy, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. That would be really good. Both Milliken and Agatha's Soul Cauldron would both be very good pickups here. God, Scryfall's breaking down. Scryfall's breaking down. Dino DNA would be very cute. I actually like this one, because then it's like, I can play this as a setup card. I don't hate myself. I can use it to grave hate the reanimation player, or I can use it to cheaply trigger my commander, and then later I can get 6/6s. Like when I start thinking about, I'm tapping out to make a 4/2, and a 6/6. Now I'm not sad. Now that's not as poop emoji. Decaying Time Loop is very, very cute. I believe casting the card from your graveyard does trigger your commander in the way you want it to. So that is another keyword I would look into. I had this and cut it. You had Decaying Time Loop and Cryptex on a firing line in front of you. And you said, not this time, Cryptex. One last job. While the best card in your deck bled out on the floor. Are you kidding me? I do think you could go for Embrace the Unknown as another method of card advantage. I don't love Escape because Escape typically requires you to exile like multiple cards at a time, and we don't have a super full graveyard. Surge to Victory is crack smoking behavior. All right, Scryfall's a dead website now. 7 mana. At the beginning of your end step, mill 2 cards, then exile a non-land card at random, copy it. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. There is no way this works well, but it would be fun. If you fix your ramp so that you are actually playing ahead of curve instead of behind curve like you currently are, you could do this to have a good time. High dopamine levels, low effectiveness levels, perfect for bracket 2. Elk told me you could use Scryfall syntax on here. Nope, no you can't. Advanced search. Rules text. Escape. Ghost of Monty, thank you for the 85-bit cheer. Do I have to exclude these? Okay. Okay, so there's Desdemona, who is Escape, but 2 other things. Exile 8 other, exile 5 other. Yeah, I don't really love the Escape stuff. The Escape stuff seems Like it needs a little bit too full of a graveyard. I don't believe in this deck doing that. Wholly unkeepable. Wholly unkeepable. All right. At least, oh my god, not fucking Combo Roger. Combo Roger and the non-existent payoffs. I already have a great time with this deck. I need more effective stuff. Yeah, okay. Then let's see about more effective stuff, because the effective stuff is going to be, how can we untap my artifacts on other people's turns? Like, genuinely, the most effective thing you could do for this deck would be Unwinding Clock, so you could Ghost Vacuum every turn. There are very, very few things that are going to be better than if I have Ghost Vacuum and Mazzolanti on the board, and then I Unwinding Clock, that is the effectiveness you want. It's going to be a little bit harder to do that without blue, but the things that will up the effectiveness are either totally free, Bender's Waterskin is not going to do it. That makes us mana. We don't need to just tap rocks for no reason. Pro Black is so whatever. We are not Second Sunrising. Absolutely not. I think you could Containment Construct. This is like a very easy 1-for-1 change over, where's this dog shit card? Over Fleeting Spirit. I understand you're playing Fleeting Spirit probably because you're thinking, oh, but it does both things I need. It fills my graveyard and exiles from my graveyard. One, the exile cost is too steep, and two, you do not want to be discarding cards to not draw cards. You do not have good enough card draw because nearly everything you have tagged card draw is just looting. You are not going card positive, you are going card negative basically the whole game. Other things that would help with effectiveness is you should look into red and white collusion draw. So things like Secret Rendezvous, because you're going to spend the whole game either going neutral on cards or going down on cards. Having a couple cards that can like burst refill your hand will solve many, many problems for you. Oh no, those are all cards that suck. And then I think the bigger payoffs like Dino DNA are also going to help a lot. Because right now we have a very gloriously jank machine, but oh lord, is it jank. I am putting you, we are deep down in the quarter, but I'm glad you enjoy it, Dragon Cat. I am just so happy for you. So best of luck correcting this. I do think this deck needs to at least finish its high school degree before it tries to move up to the big leagues. But thank you for submitting. We're going to go to the manual ad break and then move on to DMC's deck. We have Backdraft Hellkite. While we wait for the 18-minute Scryfall loading, overall thoughts, Dragon Cat, is the play pattern I believe in is I have a Manaless Looter I have a manaless exiler, and I have a way to untap one or more of those things on board, deck is probably awesome at that point. Focus your adds and cuts over making that happen more. Right now, every card is meant to get something in the graveyard or exile it, and I think that is a mistake. Focus in on your best looters and your best exilers, and then cards that support them, either by untapping them, making them trigger additional times, which I don't think you're going to have very much of that. Like you could... Oh, you could Kyril. Ooh. I'm selling myself on this as I think about it. Wait a minute. It depends if this guy doubles activated or triggered abilities. Yeah, so if you have spirits, more spirit per spirit. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. And like so many of our creatures are bad. Yeah, that type of thing. So like consolidate your triggers. Right now you have like 70 unique triggers in the deck. Go down to like a couple really, really good triggers. Oh yeah, Sun Titan too. Holy fuck. Alright. Backdraft Hellkite. On attack, instants and sorceries gain flashback. Fuck no. Fuck no. And then Necrosis. We do free deck roasting streams every month. I still need to schedule. We're gonna make it happen in February. Definitely not Panharmonicon. Yes, Babadook, you are going after DMC. Thunder, they said they cut Conspiracy Theorist from an earlier draft. Yeah, we missed January. It's back in! But yeah, I think... I think Kyril will probably be like the most fun of these. Because then you're basically doing token doubling. Or if you have another good trigger like Sun Titan or Court of Ardenvale, you can double that trigger instead. I think there's a lot of different ways for that value loop to complete in a way that's satisfying. This is a cute one. Yeah, 2 bodies. 2 bodies, I don't have to spend mana. Alright. Harley Randy, thank you for the 10 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. It's so sad the custom Magic cards I've made are not even good enough to be roasted by Maultown. Whatever could you mean? We do custom card roasting streams. They are good enough. They're probably just bad enough to be roasted by me and by Elk. I just added Lauren for card draw. That's good. That's very responsible. I would still highly recommend something like Secret Rendezvous or Humble Defector that will get you like 2 or more cards at once. But Lauren is good and responsible. Oh shit, Laelia would be very interesting. If you're okay with winning in a way that isn't just the 4/2 Spirit plan, Laelia can get reanimated by Sun Titan, can get reanimated by Court of Ardenvale. She doesn't exile from graveyard there. No, but she triggers when you do. I looked at a Laelia deck for the VOD channel the other week. Laelia's text is when you exile a card from your library or your graveyard. So all of these things we're doing to trigger Quintorius also trigger Laelia. So it's kind of like Lelia is a backup plan. She is a large, angry woman who, if the plan to make an army of spirits doesn't work, we have a like 12-12. That's kind of neat. I think that's worth playing around with. She's the chief of police. And yeah, I think this falls under like, this is, and she's a spirit. Holy fuck. Yeah, this one's hot. So I think Lelia and Kirol are the two like spiciest ads. Why do I have so many Discord messages? Yeah, we can enchant her with Gatilda too. Yeah, she's awesome. Because that also solves the problem. The other thing I was thinking about is like, man, what if I play Quintorius and then somebody, and I have a good setup, and then they shoot my 5-mana commander and I'm super sad. Now all my setup works for my 3-mana second commander. Does standing on a table make Elk taller than Mauled and therefore better at commander? No, God still knows, Crypto. C said Elk would still be shorter. Oh. They love me. Okay. Moving on. We have DMC's deck. This is Silly, Spooky, Spellslinger Elsha, Aura Elsha. Keep some of that value from turn to turn with the benefits of the aura while still getting the prowess triggers. If you can't remove her, whatever happens is on you. Monks are for blockers. Elsha aura farming. I hate the idea of getting aura farmed by this uncanny valley looking face. It's another muscular woman. I am predictable. Alright, so we have Trample, Prowess. Whenever she deals combat damage, make that many 1/1 White Monk creature tokens with Prowess. We only have 8 creatures because we're going to have a litter in the middle of combat. Alright, Aura Recursion, Other Elsha for reasons, Card Draw. Yup. Card Draw. Card Draw. Card Draw. Great. Why is my rum gone? Thank you for the Prime sub for the 11th month in a row. Welcome back to the 44. What in the fucking drill tweet are we doing here, DMC? Type in tags, you fucking liars. Because you split them, you shell companied the 44 enchantments so I wouldn't notice? Is that what we were worried about? 44? I don't need lands. I just need all that glitters. Oh my god. Somebody help me budget this. My family is dying. All right, sorceries, great. Sure. Sick. Uh-huh. Great. Yeah, okay. All of your instants are fine. I don't think you have enough of them, but they're fine. And then we have, I mean, All That Glitters is a great aura, sure. Ooh! Ooh, draft chaff, but it says flash. I enjoy that. We do have enchantment instant starry. We do. Okay. I can get with that. I can get with the plan of I am aura farming on you via flashing you. This is just a good aura. I like Convoke a lot. It's please tags. All right, protection. So we have 17 protection pieces. Okay. We're going to make a deal right now. If you have a ramp section, these can be tagged protection. If you do not have a ramp section, this protection tag is actually the maladaptive daydreaming tag. So let's go ahead and find out. Wow, how interesting. Let me just go ahead and edit this for you. Great. Tremendous job. Amazing. No notes. What I worry about there is if we have 1 million protection cards and we can't cast any of them on the turn that we play our commander, they are very, very weak protection against anybody who knows what our deck does. If I'm somebody who's playing against you and I'm holding any type of removal, it makes us very, very bad in the rematch. It makes us very, very good in the blind game before anybody knows the gimmick of the deck. Actually, I don't even know if that's true because we're trying to iterate on the Elsha plan by being like, oh, it's not instants, it's auras, baby. But really, every Elsha deck is like, they're going to tap out for this, and if you let them untap, you're probably fucked. And your deck plays the exact same game along that school of thought. So if I saw like 10 mana rocks, and all of the protection auras were 1 mana, like Shard Mages, I see a Talisman of Creativity and Shard Mage's Rescue, protected, cannot be stopped. Same goes for Slip Out the Back. Same goes for... Wow, that's it. Hell yeah. But when you show me, okay, here's a protection spell for my Voltron commander that only works if people let me untap, and I don't have ramp to hold up any protection or really like do much of anything if that first run at my commander doesn't go well. He did Aura farm, though. That's all I'm saying. You've got Aura and a pretty sizable hole in your chest. Now, the Auras themselves, hell yes. Everything that has flash on it, immediate seal of approval. It's funny as fuck. Because they will trigger prowess, you will get flying, you will get evasion, you will get hexproof. All of it's really, really cute. I like it a lot if you get to untap with Elsha. I hate it if our only way to untap with Elsha is us telling them like, please bro, don't do it, please, you gotta understand, please. Hinata's cute. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Sure, great. Pure beefin'! Alright, I make them big as hell. I don't know if +1/+1 is pure beefin', but sure. Double Strike's great. Ooh, First Strike. Yes, evil. This is what I want to see. This is like this is bracket 2 dog shit, but it's gonna work. I love that. Reverie's good. That's very, very cute. Underplayed card. Protection from creatures is great. Squeeze Embrace is beautiful. Oh, Team Avatar. Oh. Oh, that is foul. Holy shit. I do not want to do that math. All right, Tempest Technique. We get to Storm. What the fuck? I gotta see that. Hold on, I gotta see that in full view. Triclop. That shit is mesmerizing. All right, so the deck has to exist just so that you play this card. Me when I'm good, you're banned, Monty. You're banned. Me when I'm redacted. You piece of shit. More card access. Sure. Who the fuck is Todd Lyons? I take back every mean word I said. Forget that slide. Forget that slide. You good? That's awesome. Good at indestructible. Okay, chill. Yeah, 9 pieces of evasion, some speeding. Market. This card right here. This is the 44th enchantment I'm mad at. Prowess trigger every turn, why not? Okay, you say that like it's a good thing. It's +1/+1. Like, some of these are so good, right? We have like Astral Wingspan, Brilliant Wings. We got Evasion, Damage, Monks. That's the holy trinity of combat-based pregnancy. And then you're like, Mark of Fury, Prowess trigger every turn. It's like, this is the 17-year-old quarterback putting on way too much fucking eye black before the football game where he like rushes for 13 yards, no touchdowns, and throws 5 picks. Fuck your Prowess trigger every turn. What if you played a good card? It can trigger my card draw, guys? Sure, can. You know what else can? Good cards. Good cards. God damn it, you're gonna get away with it. God damn it, we have a card draw engine in our opening hand. You're gonna get away with it. We have nothing to... Oh, we can reveal Prairie Stream, actually. Oh, this kind of sucks. Hold on. Alright, we do that. We do... Command Tower. Get this guy. Super State. Alright, we get Elsha. So here is where like all of our protection cards are made up. Because for 90% of our protection cards to work, we have to be at 5 mana. And right now we're like, I have a Voltron target and a card draw engine on board. If nobody does anything to me, I'm gonna win the game. For sure. Slap that on, draw a card. Go to combat, I have a 3/3. Get greedy, slap that on, go to 5/5. Draw a card, make 5 monks. Did we fucking gas out? Okay, we can't cast the board wipe. We can cast her. True, we need a 45th aura. Shit and or fuck. We have no castable auras to feed SRAM. We cast... Dog, it's not my fault. I think it is! You want to know why? This right here. You want to know why? How many actual card draw spells did you put in? Like 4. How many enchantments did you put in? That many times 11, you stinky bitch. Statistically, you can't tell me shit. All you do is glitter. You do not farm. All right. We passed the turn. Statistically, get the fuck out of my house. All right, this hand. We have none of our draw engines. We can eventually get to Elsha the Infinite. All we can do with this hand is unleash the most holy power of a 2/2 with double strike. We're gonna try it. I play a card. Or I play the tap land first. Turn 2, I play this card. Turn 3, I play this Elsha. I pray to God nobody removes me. We do this. Now we go for the business. Bam. They have flying. What you gonna do about it? Or hold on. How do I need to... I need to keep Boros Charm mana up in case they try to kill me. So I get a 4/2. I make some monks. Next turn. Elsha. I can only... Alright, we have a land. Statistically, we are shit on. I think I'm going for Twin Blade Blessing, and we're just gonna pretend that I tapped the mana correctly. So I get Prowess Trigger, so 4/2 with Double Strike, and Flying. Hell yeah. Oh, Twin Blade's discounted, so I have 1 mana up. And like now, we're good. We're good now. Because we have a shitload of monks. But like the whole time... you know what? It's probably perfect for bracket 2 because bracket 2 is meant to be tactically Swiss cheese. I think we have a lot of holes in this deck. And most of the holes are generated by trying to run like a 17th funny flash aura instead of another card that just refills our hand. I think this is deeply, deeply irresponsible. And you are aura farming Junichi style. You are equipping, where is it? Where's that fuck-ass fly spell? You are equipping Magefire Wings, leaping into the air and queuing up the Detroit Smash before you are beaten to death by the Pigeon aggro deck. But the high roll is there. I cannot. This deck cannot file taxes. You definitely don't need Renewed Solidarity. You can make so many monks with the deck that I don't think you have to worry about like amping the tokens. They have prowess. Check out Fanatical Devotion, it funny. Oh, there's a sideboard. You're getting banned. You're banned. Have a terrible day. Get out of my fucking face. This is not a good card. I will not hear you out ever. Not now, not later, not next week, never ever. All right, let me see the considering. Okay, adorable. I think you need this. I think Three Dog's kind of cute. What I would... Okay, the only 2 points I think we are sleeping on is I think we are really heavily reliant on every table we go to looking a Jeskai Voltron commander dead in the face when we tap out on turn 3 and going, yeah, that's good. Because if we wait, we can't really commit anything to board and we probably get left behind. If you feel confident gaslighting everybody, keep on keeping on. But it does worry me. And then the other cool interaction that I think we might be missing out on is I would be looking at any banger Convoke cards. Especially if we want Elsha to be aura farming. I'm kind of imagining a tapestry in my head where all the monks are backup dancers. She generally only comes down on turn 4, right? But turn 4, like 9 times out of 10, can't protect her because almost all of your protection magic is 2 mana. Unless you are saying she comes down on turn 4 and I am very, very good at cheating Pearl Ear into my hand. Or not even Pearl Ear, because I would need to have an aura on her already. Or I'm very, very good at pretending I have 1 mana interaction. That's a funny thought. Do not do Kathar's Crusade. My tables know I have 1 mana protection. Has anybody told them that you're a goddamn liar? We are not considering City on Fire. No, 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 no. Mad B Gino, there are 4 ways. We sell deck reviews and deck roast. Those commissions restock every Sunday at noon. We also do free deck roasting streams every month, but we have not scheduled the one for this month yet. Oh my god, we're going to Gatherer. Scryfall just fucking sucks now. Invoke. Exclude black and green, yeah. So what like cool Convoke shit do we have? You could do Collective Inferno. Dance with Calamity is very good with prowess. DMC knows that game, though. Disruptor of Currents is adorable. Harmonized Crescendo is low-key evil. Knight Errant's not going to hit anything. Do we have Lofty Dreams already? Is Lofty Dreams just the same text as... we should probably put in a second copy of Astral Wingspan, I guess. I would fuck with Meeting of the Minds. Transcendent Message is probably too expensive, even with, yeah, even with all the monks you want to make. I like Unexpected Assistance. Okay, really just those two, but Meeting of the Minds and Unexpected Assistance. I think you should care more about Convoke, because right now we have a ton of monks and not a million things to do with them. Oh, Clever Concealment would also be very good protection. Anyway, I think this deck is deeply irresponsible and is coasting completely on your ability to be a liar. And I respect that. I respect that. But if you wanted to make it better, I would check out Convoke, and I would put ramp in such that you could actually, because if you had ramp, then on turn 4 you can actually play all of the protection magic you actually have instead of having to hold up a card and be like, ooh, it's probably protection magic. Ooh, what if it slip out the back? Ooh, scary, scary. It's a land. It's a land that would come in tapped. What about winnowing? Winnowing fucking sucks. Winnowing is a bad card. Don't get tricked by it. We don't need Aqueous Form. We have enough evasion. Yeah, you could Spirit Water Revival. That would also be pretty good. But that's the type of thing I would look into, is after I get my, when I'm in the in-between stages. Because if we have 10 or more monks, then we just win. If we have between 3 and 7 monks, we don't quite win, and we don't really use them for value either. I think you would be better off if you considered cards that could leverage like 3 to 7 monks to give you a shitload of cards and make sure that people can't stop you from proceeding to, I have an army of bald men, and now they're going to kill you. Why is winnowing bad? Well, okay, so it is good if you are just jamming out a million creatures, all of one type, very, very early. If you do not curve out so quickly that you can get the convoked cost down to super, super cheap, my main problem with it is you almost never want to play board wipes that let your opponents pick what they want to keep. Oh wait, you choose. Never mind. I thought it was they choose. I'm back on. I tricked myself. Yeah. Never mind. We picked their worst creature. Yeah. PBS over my head today. I still would just rather not let people keep anything. I also don't really think the deck needs to board wipe. I still don't like it for this deck. I think this deck, you can just kill somebody. Let me look at Kenra. I'm gonna hear you out, Thunder. I'm gonna hear you out. No, way too cute. I see what you're doing and I love it. Way too cute. If we wanted to do something like this, we would do Bria, and then we would double stack prowess on everything, but I do not think that is what DMC wants to do. I think DMC wants to flex that they have 44 auras in the deck. Oh yeah. Soul Immolation would be a good 1-for-1 swap out with Chandra's Ignition, because that way we don't board wipe our own monks. Because Chandra's Ignition, maybe we definitely kill all of our own guys. Soul Immolation, we collateral one guy, and then we just blow up everybody else's shit. Yeah, explode. We turn one monk into a C4 pack mule, and we chuck him at them. Anyway, deck's great. You're a greedy bitch. Revel in it. We're going to the manual ad break, and then it's time for Babadook. Will I get banned if I suggest Skull Clamp? Ooh. I should ban you, but you got a goddamn point. I hate you, but you got a goddamn point. You can only do it before popping off, not after. Does Skullclamp make this a different bracket? Fuck no. Skullclamp makes this bracket, I hit my land drops. We're not in that bracket yet. No, Radiate, Radiant, Performer are way, way too greedy. I would believe in Skullclamp. I think we're like... We are one reliable piece of card advantage away from me really liking this deck. The only thing I don't believe... The two things I don't believe in right now is... The way we have built our mana base wants us to tap out for Elsha on 3, then get removed. If we play her on 4... We do it for very, very little tempo. And then I think Duelist Heritage just carries, right? I go... Now a 4/4. I make 12 monks? Holy shit. Yeah, it goes to 5/5, goes to 6/6 with double strike. One person's nearly dead. I have 12 monks. And now I don't want to cast this because I have 12 monks. Draw 3? Well, I could put the... Never mind, all the glitters. Fuck am I talking about? Yeah, this is just a little bit more gambly than I like. But I think that's cool. If you like gambling, phenomenal deck. Because this looks like the God Curve. We got double protection. We got all that glitters. We got double strike. Everybody's dead. There's a million bald people dancing behind them, Fortnite style. Beautiful. Okay, next, but certainly not least, hopefully, we have Babadook. Silly, comma spooky. I wish to look very, very cool. Okay. Wait, don't open it yet? Too fucking late. Well, yeah, I'm pretty cool at parties. How'd you guess? XD. And then I see 6-7. I see Loker Genuinely. We're moving on. I have a disclaimer. Too bad. Jeskai, 12th Doctor. So when we cast from anywhere other than our hand, we get Demonstrate. When we copy a spell, put a counter on. All right, I doubt the counters are going to be relevant. I see more copiers. Let's see. Hope we can... Space fucking Bellerin? What's your disclaimer? That I'm going to be angry with you? Is that the disclaimer? Hold on, Malt. Wait, really quick. You're not going to like this shit. Turn on tags. Okay. Amateur CPR in case of emergency. Okay, a bunch of trauma responses. So we have a bunch of lifelink granters. Crack cocaine. I don't know whether to be angry at you for playing the One Ring or proud of you for just playing a good card. I'm just gonna move on. Fuck off, mate. Putting Authority of the Consuls in the same category as the One Ring is just so... It's just so spiritually offensive. It's like saying... It's like, oh, we're going camping in the woods. Well, what are you going to do about bears? And then they pull out like 5 gum and then a double-barreled shotgun. I'm going to throw the gum at him, obviously. See if he likes the flavor. It's minty. It'll scare him off, bro. Come on. That would work. My fault. Get bounced, idiot. Not true. Okay. Not fucking true. Okay. Alright, so we have some interaction. We got 12. Glow sticks for me. Alright, we get to tutor all the things we want. His Highness Le Grand Bong. I do love a coveted jewel. It's a big party and everyone is me. Okay, so we're trying to copy whatever we copy, we're going to copy 8 million times. More copies per copies. Keep the good stuff flowing, aka the dealers, aka the cool friends. Seriously though, don't do drugs, kids. So this is our card advantage. Ugh. That fucking art. That's so stupid. That's so nope. Magic's for everybody. 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 I'm fine. I'm fine. Magic is for everybody. They paid somebody hundreds of dollars to make this. I should celebrate it. Actually, kind of gas IDK. You're banned. Magic's not for you. All right, good card. Fibble. Okay, but we get to plot from the top of our library. That matters. Fortune Teller's Talent. All right, we can cast from top for 5. Ghostly Pilferer for some. Oh, to fucking loot for 2 mana. We're in goddamn Jeskai. This. It's Authority of Consoles in the One Ring. All over again. Spider-Verse is in here. So is Nalfeshni. There's another copier. This has to qualify as a DUI at this point. This has to qualify as a fucking DUI. Like, there's some stuff in here where you go like, oh yeah, obviously. Good card. Solid. I see what you're going for. We're getting stuff off the top of the deck so we can demonstrate it with our commander. And then Ghostly Pilferer is here because it's like, oh yeah, what if I had Phyrexia in Arena but I had to spend 2 mana every turn? Like, it feels like I am watching a director's cut of A Beautiful Mind, but with extra scenes of John Nash just like chewing on his own fucking toenails. It's so it's so almost good. And then it's just like, what if the worst card ever? What if the worst card ever? It triggers on commanders! Because I'll always play it before my opponents play their commanders. You're so right. You're so right. I forgot that we were cheating Ghostly Pilferer into our opening hand. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, King. All right, if you would draw a card, exile the top 2. That's great. My God. My God, we're back to solving math equations. No more toes in our mouth. Cute. Terrible. Genuinely good card. Sure. My conspicuous suit of armor. Alright, that's adorable. Akamiyowo, thank you for the Prime sub for the 3rd month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. I love you, Mald. I can't wait to get a deck review from you. I can't wait for you to give me even more money either. I love you too. Ooh. Ooh. Now I understand why we are slamming 6 overexpensive copy engines. That's a little bit funny. That is more than a little bit funny. Eternal Dominion. Oh, sure. Sure. I love infinite prisoners dilemmas. Red plastic cups and a random twink 2. This is your best tag ever. This is your best tag ever. Who in the actual fuck invited these Rizzlers? 7 cards. We were this close. We were this close, and I was like, what if 7 cards were trash that made people angry? What if 7 cards were rage bait? An epic spell that stops demonstrate, LMAO? Yes, but I think if we demonstrate this, we get 2 copies. Because epic does not prevent copying spells as far as I know. It just prevents you from casting new ones. And so if we slam Eternal Dominion with a copier on board and 12th Doctor, we get like 3 copies of it. And then every upkeep we do it 3 times. And we can't do anything else. Yeah, you're good on that. You're good on that. It's a fucking bike lock for 1 person. Yeah, but they still get Eternal Dominion. Okay. I This is awesome. This is awesome. I have questions about the rest of the deck, but that's very awesome. Let's see if it works. All right, we have a Signet. We have a Draw Engine. Very important. We have a Twink. Even better. All right, so I guess I would have Prismatic Vista'd for a Mountain. I'm going to hold this deck to a higher standard because I hate it. All right, we double cast our Synergy Engines. We get our Commander out. I don't think we're doing any of this discarding yet because we wouldn't have the mana to pay for them. Play our tap land, discard Hallowed Fountain, exile 2. Holy shit. Awesome. Next turn. Main phase 1, we discard this, exile 2. All right. We get our Squelcher. Oh, we can demonstrate Hexing Squelcher. Oh, it's All right, we give somebody else a Hexing Squelcher, and then we get 2 of them. And then we get Fortune Teller's Talent. We play this tap land. I have Ward, bite off your own pinky finger. Yeah, Ward for life. That's not nothing. Ward for life is like, don't fucking point at me, dude. I actually think I discard this land drop, exile top 2, so I can board wipe, which I super fucking don't want to do. Oh my god. I can't stop myself. I'm demonstrating Share the Spoils, and I'm putting 3 copies of Share the Spoils into play. The game stops here. I want to be... Oh yeah, we can only play 1 card, so we don't get the talent. We don't get the talent. Who cares about that? The game stops here because I have 3 fucking different piles of Share the Spoils that all have to be tracked separately, and everybody has 3 different decisions to make every turn. So under 1 pile... Here we go. Under 1 pile, there's a land. Under 1 pile, there's a land. Under 1 pile, my Spider-Verse! This is fucking awesome. Yeah. Everybody scoops here. I think that's the goal. Turn 7, we got there. We did the thing. All right, we have Ramp, we have a Perplexing Chimera, and we have a fucking Consecrated Sphinx. I hold up Path to Exile. I ramp. Pretend I played the tap land earlier, please and thank you. I can do nothing. I pass. God, this card's so bad. For my first gambit, I play Perplexing Chimera and hope to God everybody scoops. I play the 12th Doctor. I play Consecrated Sphinx. The moment anybody tries to remove Consecrated Sphinx, the moment they try to remove Consecrated Sphinx, I Perplexing Chimera it. I hold it up. This is my counterspell. It is a 5 mana chinchilla. Best of luck, bitch. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then on my turn, I get a card. I somehow missed all my land drops there. But we get a Soul Ring. The lifelink is for Prisoner's Dilemma. Yeah, I feel like that's nothing. I feel like this deck, if the goal is to get like 4 copies of Prisoner's Dilemma, we should just be all in on that. We get Possibility Storm. Oh, sorry. 1 2 1 2 1 2. I go land drop. Pretend I broke max hand size. What is Prisoner's Dilemma? We want to gamble with a sorcery. I go to cast stock up. Doesn't happen. Holy shit, we did it. Holy shit balls, we did it. Everybody clap. Everybody fucking clap. We get a copy. We demonstrate three copies of Prisoner's Dilemma resolve. Oh my word. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Tap land, no white, but who needs it? Oh, we had Soul Ring actually, so this all happens turn 1. We have our commander. On turn 3, I resolve Space Bellerin, and I just straight rage bait you. I wait. I rage bait even harder. Blast Act, hope to God Prisoner's Dilemma's on the top. Oh my god, it's in Turtle Demon. The deck's awesome, actually. Imagine some poor schmuck sits down at the table with a precon and they are put in the Torment Nexus with this deck. Yeah, but it's not. This is so obviously not made to play with precons. This is... Does Clara do anything or should I replace her with something else? I think the biggest issue with Clara is... I mean, she's good for double demonstrate, right? Like, basically, the two things you want to do with this deck are Eternal Dominion and Prisoner's Dilemma, and those go from kind of funny with 2 copies to game-ruiningly hilarious on the 3rd copy. So having a way in your command zone to get that 3rd copy, that's pretty good. I don't think there's another, like... let me look if there's another Doctor's Companion that would do it, but I'm pretty sure Clara is the right choice. Oh, it doesn't copy Demonstrate. Yeah, it's an ability. Demonstrate is an ability put on the spell. That is quite bad. Okay. Yeah, if she's just there for the color. If she is just there for the color, do Perry Brown instead, because Perry Brown, at minimum, is ramped to your commander. You don't have, like... I didn't see a ton of other historic spells that are really, really, really important, but Clara Oswald is a blank 6-mana card, and... Jomi, the ability to give Demonstrate is a static effect. It is not a triggered ability. Demonstrate is an ability that triggers on the card, but it is not a triggered ability of the Doctor. It is a triggered ability of the first spell you cast that got Demonstrate because of a static ability, which is complicated and too many words. The upshot is Clara doesn't do it, and Perry Brown is at least not blank. Romania gives you more guys off demonstration. Yeah, that's kind of something. I hate to say it, I really like this deck. I think you keep the 7 Rage Bait cards. My genuine recommendation is these lifelinker cards should become exile draw engines, because the first game, the first playtest we did, the deck was basically held down entirely by that one lizard, by the thing that was like discard to exile 2. And the deck actually does a really bad job of getting stuff outside of its hand. Why do you like it? I don't understand. Because you had a plan. You had a plan, and 90% of the deck was built to effectuate that plan. That's what I like. I like when people have plans and do things. And your random bullshit go was limited to 7 cards, one of which is actually clutch. So you have 6 pieces of random bullshit go. Even Pramicon I like, because you have no way to defend yourself. Pramicon is like one of those old black and white skits where they're looking for a guy and he like jumps in a garbage can and puts on a disguise and holds up a sign going, "He went that way." That's fucking hilarious. Like you have a bit that you are fully and genuinely committed to. I love that. No matter what form that takes, I always love that. I mean, you're a rat fuck bitch, yeah, but I still love you. So only genuine advice is you still have like a million different red draw engines like Wild Wasteland. And I think the deck gets a lot more reliable and a lot better at doing the funny thing it wants to do if the lifelink is just like, fuck, I need something to demonstrate, bro. I gotta have a bit. I gotta have a bit to do. I respect the effort. So I'm going to give you your own little containment zone of task failed successfully. Thank you very much for submitting. Have a terrible day. Are slots to roast this stream still open, or is it closed and have to try to catch a future one? You're going to have to try to catch a future one. Anything I should cut. The life linkers. I super duper do not believe in them. Maybe Radiant Scroll Wielder, because that also has an exile trigger stapled to it. But the other life linkers, yeah, the other life linkers I really, but then I die off Prisoner's Dilemma. I don't think that is true. Because if you, ideally, we want to be going, you get 1 copy of Prisoner's Dilemma, I get 4. Right? And also, if casting Prisoner's Dilemma is so threatening to your life total that you need to have life gain, what I'm saying is you need to have 10 of these or none of these. Either gaining life off Prisoner's Dilemma is so important that I have to do it every single time, or it is not important enough that I need it, and therefore we have to weigh it against other things that are important. I think what's much more important is getting exile draw so that the deck's demonstrate gimmick starts going in the first place. Because you're going to take like, if you had 1 life linker in play and then do the Prisoner's Dilemma thing, it's sparing you 8 damage. That's it. If you cannot keep yourself above 8 life by the time you pull this off, you do not deserve to pull it off. Because there's almost no world in which your opponent should be getting, unless you hive mind before you Prisoner's Dilemma, at which point you deserve to die. You deserve to die. We have to find room in this deck for Angel's Mercy. What's that card do? What's that nonsense do? Absolutely not. Get the fuck out of here. No the fuck. No, we do not. No, we do not. I reviewed Troper's deck this morning, and they were running a card called Undermine. And I said, wow, this card's really bad. The only reason you should keep this card is if when you play it, you do the bit from The Incredibles and you yell, "I'm the Underminer!" every time you cast it. Sent the review off, stopped thinking about it, and I just got a tag from somebody who plays with Troper saying, "Dear Maldhound, what did you do that's making Troper yell out, 'I'm the Underminer!' at our table now?" I can't believe they kept that fucking spell in, man. Good God. Okay. I am going to go use the bathroom. We're going to hit the manual ad break. And then we might just play some League of Legends. We'll see how I feel. I will be right back. I'm still shocked you didn't ban me. This is a good deck, Babadook. Like, it's a funny idea. It functions and will do something every game. And it had a pretty decent chance at doing the thing you wanted it to do every time. I shall return. Okay. We are going to go play League of Legends now, because I'm a child. Weakest Singed Main, are you here? Because we're going to play your game. YouTube, the stream is going to go away for a moment so that these get saved as 2 different live streams, because I don't want to clickbait people with magic stuff and then throw in like an hour of League at the end. So YouTube, we'll be right back.